Hey, Cornbread review off the bat, bro.
You might not like my review then, man. Yeah, so all in all, man, I ended up coming up 2.5 out of 5. Two of them things.
Yo.
5 out of 5 cornbreads for the cornbread review. What you think?
Yo, welcome back for another episode of Cornbread Movie Review. I appreciate y'all coming back every week, especially some of the comments that I've been getting. Thank y'all so much. Hopefully y'all liking my movie reviews and, my TV show reviews. I'm trying to do more and more with that too. So appreciate y'all. And I'm gonna have something special for y'all coming up in the next couple weeks, man. But we're here again for another movie review. And today we are gonna, you know what? Make sure you like and subscribe before I do any of that. Come on, I give you time. Come on. Like, subscribe, and then make sure you turn the notification bell on. I always say that. I'm always messing that up, man. But just make sure you do that and share. But appreciate it. But today we are here to talk about Moonfall. Moonfall is out. It was one of those anticipated movies from last year. It is finally here. And the movie is PG-13 too. So, it's not I know I do a lot of rated R movies, but this movie is PG-13 today. So if you're new to the channel, I do each movie category in 5 different categories, okay? Acting, cinematography, storytelling, did I get what I bought, and is it a must-see? So the first category is acting. Who is in this movie? We got Patrick Wilson. He plays the ex-captain of the spaceship. He plays the person who saw something, like this alien or AI, and nobody believes him. So he's trying to get his reputation, his job back, and just understand that there's a bigger threat out there. Also in this movie, who was more of the selling piece of this movie, was Halle Berry. So she plays the individual trying to step up to the plate. I'm not saying she got looked over in a lot of things, but I think the world or certain organizations need that leadership, so she steps into that part. And she also plays a person trying to co-parent. So it's good to see the little dynamics on that. Also in this movie, John Bradley. Now, everybody loves him from Game of Thrones, of course, man. But he plays the conspiracy theorist of, no, there's more out there than what they're telling you. He also plays the nerd. He knows everything, but just doesn't have the degrees, or he's not a doctor, even though he calls himself a doctor in this movie, man. So overall acting, a lot of B-list, in my opinion. Acting is just okay. The good thing is, though, from this movie, they showed a lot of depth in each character, right? Like, so one character has to deal with, let's say his mom dealing with dementia. So just that dynamic of that. You have another character dealing with co-parenting. You have another one dealing with a son who's an adolescent or a juvenile, just ripping and running, and divorce and things like that. So the story, for this to be an action, not really a horror, but a thriller story, I think they did pretty good with the character development and the depth of each character. But this movie isn't for character building, though. Unfortunately, and really diving into that and giving the actors range to hit different categories to even, so to feel warmth, and so that you feel what they're saying and what they're going through. So for me, very average acting. I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5. Has a lot of potential, but I think the movie isn't built for that. It's built for other things. So, and we'll get into those. So first category, acting, I give it a 3 out of 5 for that. All right. Next category, cinematography. This movie is 1 hour and 58 minutes, so it's complete. This movie cost $140 million. This movie cost 140. This is perspective. The Matrix cost $150 million. So come on, man. So cinematography, that means they threw the whole bag at this area, man. So takes place in California, some in Texas, and I think a little in Houston, because that's where NASA is. To me, it wasn't original. It was very reminiscent of 2012. Hopefully some of you guys seen that movie. If not, go watch the trailer of that. And that's kind of what the gist of what you get from Moonfall. I do enjoy the new figure of the alien. I enjoy. We see villains get recycled all the times in movies, so it's good to see new types of monsters or villains introduced in new movies. So they do get a little creativity for that. And this is more of an AI. I have to do air quotes because it's a monster too, but at the end of the day, say what it is. It looks okay. You could tell they spent a lot of time on destroying things, building things. I mean, it's hard to have a moon coming to Earth and just a lot of space cinematography and things like that. So of course, I think they did okay on those things, but gravity being shown taken away or given extra gravity so you start floating. So that was pretty cool. It's pretty fun. I would say it's a fun watch on visually on what this looks like. So in this category, first off, I've never seen a moon so scary in my life. How they made the moon look like it's the like it's the devil and coming to take over the Earth and do all this crazy stuff. So that was pretty cool. But overall, for cinematography, I'm gonna give it a 3.5. It wasn't creative, but you could tell they spent a lot of energy in this category. So it does get bumped up because they did focus on that category. So cinematography, 3.5 for me. Now storytelling. This movie takes place in 2011. There's a spaceship doing some space stuff, and there's a monster or AI. I have to keep telling you that because there's two different things of what you think it is, and they tell you what it is. Takes over the spaceship, right, and kills some people, and so goes away. And then 10 years later, they're trying to still figure out, no, it's a cover-up. No, that didn't happen out there. But they send another spaceship out there trying to figure out what's going on with the moon. That AI comes back, and then now it's broadcasted everywhere that, oh no, we have a problem, and the trajectory of the moon is coming closer to the Earth, and they don't understand. So that's the premise of the story. Now, we've seen this movie before. We've seen these stories before. Come on, with the conspiracy theorist people of they're not being believed, but at the end of the day, they are the experts, and why didn't people believe them? Or they're the heroes and things like that. So you don't get any points from Cornbread on that. I had major issues with how, let's say they end up going to the moon, first off, even though the moon's attacking them, they go to the moon. They're driving and navigating throughout the moon, and it's like, how is that possible? You're not crashing. You're not slowing down to see where you're going. So like the movie just made it so that the end result was finished, but it's just logically, how did we get here? You have people getting robbed because when the moon's coming, it's a movies like this, people looting, fires, everything like that. So people robbing you, they rob you and you're in the middle of nowhere, but then you magically find your place where you are, right? Like with no nothing, but you're in the mountains and it's snowing and all this other stuff. So how we got here, I don't like that. I don't like it. You also have part of the storytelling of, it's all usually in the middle of the movie of, you gotta go find somebody or see some footage or talk to somebody to get an epiphany of, oh, they've been lying to us the whole time, right? So Halle Berry walks into like this room, sees this man. He seems like he'd been there since 1835. Sees her. She asks him a question. Now he's spilling the beans, right? Like he ain't getting no clearance. He ain't like, why are you here? I'm keeping the secret. No, he just spilled the beans from what's been going on. So come on, man. I guess they needed that little piece to move along the story in the movie, man. But you don't get no extra points from me on that. So storytelling, average of average, man. So to me, it's gonna get a 3 out of 5. A few parts was cool, but overall, we've seen it before, and it didn't make sense on how we got from start to finish in this category. So storytelling gets a 3 out of 5. All right, next category, did I get what I bought? Once again, this movie's in theaters. Theaters about $10 to $15. There's more and more people going to the theater. So if you guys are feeling comfortable going, I would say, it's cool. Just stay masked up. If you feel like more people is the worst, then wait for these to come out on streaming platforms or on demand and things like that. But I went into this movie thinking, okay, how they gonna pull this off? How they gonna from the trailer? How they gonna get from Earth to the moon, and how is the moon attacking the Earth? I think they answered all those questions. So I did get what I went there for, but I also got extra stuff like tips. Like, did you guys know that the moon was hollow? I didn't know that. And they said if it's not hollow, it's a lot of empty space, even though there might be like a core in there, kind of like how Earth has a core. So I thought that was pretty cool. If the moon gets closer to the Earth, our days will shorten. I'm like, oh shit, I didn't know that. Obviously, we should know that the moon affects the waves, you know, low tide, high tide, all those things. So it was pretty cool just learning some stuff, not just zoning out and watching a movie, but you still can learn a little bit from watching this movie. Now, one thing that you cannot do, bro, how do you shoot a car commercial in this movie? They shot a car commercial in the movie. Come on, man. It looks cool, looks okay. It just don't make sense though. Come on, you jumping from mountain to mountain, things falling, but your car is crispy, but all the other cars are built to last don't. You know, come on, man, we gotta do a little bit better on that. But did I get what I bought? I'm gonna say a 3.5 out of 5 because it gets extra points for, you know, I'm glad. It's always good to learn some extra stuff, you know, for the noggin, man. Last category for you guys, is it a must see? I'm gonna say it's a must see if you're a conspiracy theorist, because it's some crazy stuff in there. If you like action thrillers, like I said, I'm trying to find a category of, it's not, you know, it's like a doomsday, but it's more fun of a doomsday. It's not, you know. So if you like conspiracy theory, doomsday, or Halle Berry, go see this. If not, wait for this movie to come out on demand or not in theaters, you know, on your streaming platforms, man. You can wait. It's okay. It's okay. You're not missing anything, man. I think the box office ain't loving it too much, man. So is it a must see? It's gonna get a 3 out of 5 for me as well, man. So that brings me to the total. Today, Moonfall receives a 3 out of 5 today for the Cornbread Movie review. 3 out of 5. Make sure you check out my 2022 movies as well, man. Come on, man. I told you I'm here every week. Now, this brings me to my forgotten segment. I'm always gonna leave y'all, especially when my movie reviews, with a forgotten movie. Go check this out, man. You know, I know sometimes y'all be looking for new stuff to watch, but if they ain't nothing new out there, go double back and watch these classics that I'm hitting y'all with. And today we gonna talk about a hood classic. This movie came out in 1992. Yes. Any guess of what it is? Any guess? Today, the forgotten movie is Juice. Of course. Don't ever disrespect Juice, man. Come on. This movie has Omar Epps in it. First off, he was doing his thing back in the 90s. I loved his movies, and it has one of the top 5 rappers of all time, dead or alive, Tupac Shakur. Give respect to him. It pains me on the classic movies that he produced in those short amount of years. If we in 2022, what movies would he be in now? You know what I'm saying? Like, could he have been, you know, Training Day, right? Could he have been take Denzel Washington character? We don't never know, man. So it sucks that that talent is gone. This movie talks about friends, snakes, power, all this stuff. So definitely go check out Juice and go check out Moonfall today. That is my Cornbread Movie review. Make sure you like and subscribe. I'll be back again next week. Peace.